Your Skool community is only as good as the people you let in, and most Skool creators are letting the wrong people inside the group simply because of the 3 membership questions they're setting up wrong. In this video, we'll fix your Skool membership questions following the qualification process that Alex Hormozi and Sam Owens talked about at the Q3 Skool Games event. I'll show you the 3 questions type to qualify them, start conversations, and how and why you should collect emails. And then I'll give you 4 simple rules so you can actually stop the video, implement, and be done before this video ends. So let's jump into it. The first question type is qualification. That is the question that determines is that one of your people that should be inside the group. The make or break question that determines if you'll accept the member or not. Some creators are afraid to filter and actually decline members that are not exactly a good fit into their group. Because what makes your community a community is the line you draw and say everyone but these people. One of the biggest points Alex Hormozi and Sam Owens emphasize on the Q3 Skool Games winner event is how qualification is the most underrated component of your community's offer. They explain how churn, culture, and growth are determined by those who are in the community. Think about it as people with the same interest in one group in one room will be more likely to stay in that room and invite more people outside because they're the same people. They have the same goals, they have the same problems, they experience the same thing, they move towards the same things. And if you keep adding more random people who just feel weird and you'll have a few different groups in one group, people will not want to engage with one another. But if it's everyone except these people, that's what brings people together and let them stay, and that's the culture you're building. Also, that's a great way to segment and tag your members. Basically, every time someone answers, you get to collect more data on them. So it's like where they at, what do they do, how much money they make, how old are they, right? You get few different answers, and one of them is the one that makes or break, and the rest are answers that you can segment, and then you can just use a outside platform like a CRM, tag these members, segment them, and know exactly where each at, so you can reach out to each segment based on the answers they gave you. Here are some examples for these type of questions. Which describes you best? 1. I'm just getting started. 2. I'm getting some results but inconsistent. 3. I'm experienced and I want to scale. What's your monthly income? 1. Less than $1,000. 2. Less than $10,000. 3. More than $10,000. Question type number 2 is the conversation starter. That's what makes starting your DMs easy. So you're not just welcoming them to the group. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my community. Or hey, go check out this class from Hope. Or hey, go book a call with me. You're reaching out with their words about a problem or goal they described in that particular question. That's the question where it gets more personal, something that they desire, they want, or they experience. The problem with these type of questions is that sometimes it's very easy to overcomplicate and add so much friction, actually too much friction, that they just leave. Right? So you want to ask the question in a way that it's easy to answer and not really requires a lot to think. So the answer should be something very short and the question should be very detailed, right? You don't want to ask, hey, what's your goal in the next 10 years? It's very hard to think about, but you can ask, what is the goal for your next month? Or what's the goal for what's your next milestone? Something that they know the answer for. For example, what's your goal for joining this group? What's the one thing you find hardest about topic right now? What's your main struggle when it comes to improving X? And now it will be way easier to start conversations with people because when you'll be reaching out, you can ask, hey, you said that X is your biggest struggle. What do you mean? Or can you walk me through it? Basically ask a question about it. And because they wrote the answer and you used their words, it would be so much easy to talk. Question type 3 is the email capture. Email list is your insurance policy. When platform dies, you can take the list and just use it anywhere you'd like to, right? I'm not saying that Skool will die soon or some big platform will die, but sometimes things happens, and when they will be gone, the members will be gone too. So if you're not collecting emails, there will not be a way for you to reach them out. And also, it's a really great way to reach out people on Skool. So if they're not logging in, you can just send them an email and ask what's going on, what's up, where are they, where are they at, and yeah, just start a conversation and talk outside of Skool to bring them back on Skool. Even if you're not planning to use it right now or you don't see yourself using it in the near future, it's never a bad idea to collect addresses because you never know what will happen, what will change, and just collect it to secure yourself. And also, it acts like bot filtering. So I know some people ask questions like, hey, select the fruit or something like this just to filter out bots. You can easily filter and spot a bot by matching their first and last name to the email address. If they're not matching, that's probably a bot. So you not only get to ask for an email address, you also get to filter out and ask one more question that would actually be beneficial for your future. So how we can frame the email question in a way that feels valuable to your members. Here are a few examples. What's the best email address to send you the welcome materials and the plug-and-play templates? What is the best email address to send you my weekly newsletter with exclusive tips and tricks? For the Europe folks, under the GDPR rules, just make sure you're explicitly saying what and why you'll be using your list. So if you plan to market something, let them know. If you plan to send newsletters, let them know. Also, explain and say explicitly that they can opt out and unsubscribe every time. So it looks something like this. What's the best email to send you resources and trainings plus occasional marketing offers? And you can unsubscribe anytime. 4 rules to increase conversion in your membership questions. 1 is the one screen rule. You have to make sure that the question you ask is not requiring them to switch tabs, to open up a new screen, to check out something in their notebook or whatever. It should be something they know the answer to and they just pull out it out of memory and answer, right? Very, very simple. 2, use it or lose it. Don't ask questions about something that you will never be using. You always want to collect data and learn something about your audience. If you're not doing that, then just get rid of that question. 3, order and structure. We'll start with the least friction and go down to the most friction. So the first question will be qualification. It will be a multi-answer. So they just have to pick one and select. The second question is the conversation starter. Most of the times it will be an open question which they have to type something in. As you can see, it adds a bit more friction in because they actually have to type and think about something. So we're asking it as the second question after they filled and already put some skin in the game. And the final question, the one with the most friction, is the email address, right? There's the question where they think, oh, do I really want to trust you with my email address, right? So make sure they put some skin in the game with both 2 answers at the top before you give them the last email question. And one bonus point is that you don't have to ask for first name and last name. Basically, Skool knows and does it for you. So if you're using tools like Zapier, it automatically takes the name and moves to your CRM or whatever you're using without really asking for it. So use the 3 question to ask something that is actually beneficial and would help you in the future, not the name and first and last name. And if you enjoyed this video, somewhere on the screen should pop my next video about open rates, how you can increase your open rates without really changing your subject line. So if you feel like your subject lines are not doing the job, check it out and see what actually impacts your open rates without them even reading your subject line just yet. So see you in the next one and bye.